Hey guys, just a quick disclaimer before you listen to the episode. This is Matt's punishment episode. He lost 10 Clever Boy quizzes, and so he is being punished. There are some sounds that are in this punishment that can be triggering for people with gag reflexes. So, just as a quick warning, that those are present within the episode. So, viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. We're your hosts. I'm Connor O'Connor.
And I'm Bond. James Bond.
Oh, good. You're actually back to referencing real things within the episode and not just some loose reference to
All right. Well,
something within the episode.
I could have done something completely different, but I felt like doing James Bond was almost necessary. Like you can't talk about James Bond and then like reference him with a name and like not do James Bond. You know what I mean? Like you just have to. You know,
that's fair. We did put his name in the title of last week's episode, so
right. It would be like a missed opportunity. I feel like
sure.
Yeah. So
it'd be like,
I don't think we'll ever get this chance again to do James Bond. So
agreed.
I felt like it was necessary.
It'd be like if you had a perfect photo of your friend and like you didn't find some opportunity to use it.
Right.
Oh, I dropped my pen. Hold on.
It's better with the mouth, though. I will say it's better if you see the full picture.
You're saying we should post the full picture online for everyone to see it on Instagram?
Listen, I can't get embarrassed. I'm unable to get embarrassed because I am unashamed of any of my actions.
What we are referencing, sorry, I forgot this is an audio podcast.
I know, I forget that a lot too.
I've started using backgrounds while we film just because now that I moved back in with my mom, I don't like the way the background looks from where I record. So
I thought like butterflies and stuff.
Yeah, it's real weird, the space that I have to record in. So I decided I'd use the backgrounds to make it a little bit more like festive, funny, fit my personality a little bit. And I just screenshotted this great picture of Matt. I think I got it during, I think I was editing one day and I paused and I found it and I was like, that's mine.
Don't you just love when you land on like the perfect face?
Oh, for sure.
When you find a good TV
face,
show yeah, absolutely. I've paused many a TV show and movie.
It's rare to come across a good face, but when you do come across one, it's one of the best feelings in the world because you're no one else is going to see this but me.
Right. Like the chances of somebody pausing it at the exact same moment that you paused it at and got that perfect face, it's just very unlikely.
Exactly. But that's what my background is this week, just a photo of Matt. If you'd like to see it, I probably will be posting it to the Garlic Boys Instagram now because Matt just gave me his verbal permission to do so.
Again, I can't get embarrassed. I'm physically unable anymore, at least.
That's fair. So how is your week, buddy?
Garbage.
Oh.
Probably one of the worst weeks at work that I've ever had.
Okay, well, tell me, how are you feeling?
I know where this is going. So you know what? I'm feeling great now that I have a couple days off. I get to see my girlfriend tomorrow. Yeah.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You told me you ate 15 burritos yesterday.
Not yesterday, this weekend.
I'm sorry. That makes it a completely different situation.
Listen, my coworker came in and did 5 pounds of hamburger meat. 5 pounds between the 5 of us. So a pound each, which honestly isn't that okay. That's a lot of meat, but like it's not like too bad. And then he did another 5 pounds today at work. So collectively 10 pounds of meat. We didn't finish it all because how could we? So he actually packaged it up in little containers and sent it home with all of us. So very nice of him. I brought beans.
Beans.
Yeah. We do this thing every weekend that we work is where we just like make a crock pot meal basically. And so trying to find something easy. And we haven't, to my knowledge, ever done tacos. So like this is the first time we did tacos. So he just kind of he didn't drain the grease either though. That kind of also is sitting in my stomach a bit. My one coworker actually called off because it hit his stomach way too hard. So yeah, it just it was a fun weekend. Lots of burritos.
Burritos are nice, you know. I really enjoy a good burrito. I usually do get steak. Like most places don't have good ground beef, but like
Yeah.
at home, like if I'm making tacos or burritos, I usually make it with ground beef.
Yeah, it's the easiest. I mean, like steak is doable, but I would rather cook chicken at home than cook steak like for a burrito.
I get that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was a weekend full of burritos, full of bathroom visits as well. Sorry, TMI for everybody listening.
Oh, because we've never talked about bathroom things on here before.
We spent like a good 20 minutes on bidets, so I think you guys can handle it at this point.
Well, Matt, I hope you can handle it because as you know, it is time for your clever boy quiz punishment.
For the record, to all the listeners out there, if I die, I really want my last words on this earth to be, Connor, I hate you.
You want your last words and what I forever remember about you, my best friend, to be that you hate me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
My mom.
Is somebody at your door?
My mom is poking her head in my door right now.
Is your mom coming in your room?
Yeah. All right.
Is she here to deliver the package?
Hit me with it. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, how much do I have to eat?
The whole thing.
I'm going to vomit.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt, for your punishment, you have to eat, what is it? A pint? Is a pint of cottage cheese?
1 pound, actually.
You have to eat a pound of cottage cheese.
Mother, before you leave, I hate you too. If those are my last words on this earth, I hope you take them to your grave. I hope you remember them. This is unacceptable. This is too far.
Shout out to Kelly and Kevin for helping me with this punishment. I was unable to deliver the cottage cheese to Matt myself, so they were thankfully helpful enough to help facilitate.
What did Kevin do?
Oh, Kevin actually went and bought it.
Oh, so like you told my mom who told Kevin to.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes. Can I get actually a bigger spoon?
Do you want to eat it like I eat it? Should we make it that ask for pepper too? Just get like your pepper cracker and crack some pepper on it.
No, it's fine.
No, adding the pepper will add another flavor dimension, so you won't feel as like icky.
No. That's not gonna work. I'm still gonna feel pretty dang icky. So
now I feel like it's time to suggest that we change your name from James Bond at the beginning.
Mom, I didn't mean a spoon the size of Texas. I meant a spoon that I eat cereal with.
You asked for a bigger spoon. She gave you a bigger spoon. Why are you complaining?
This is fine. I once put Tabasco in my pudding as a dare. And you're eating. Oh gosh. I once put Tabasco in my pudding as a dare and had to eat it all. So I took one of like the giant serving spoons. Like you you mix food with, when it's on the stove, that kind of serving spoon. I just ate the whole thing in big scoops. So I'm hoping that's what I can do here. Can you at least hand me my water bottle so that I can wash this down? I don't want the listeners to listen to half an hour of me gagging.
That's fine,
after every
because
bite.
we are also going to be starting our Clever Boy quiz for this week
At the same time as
at
me
the
eating
same
this.
time.
Clever Boy quiz. Yeah, same time. Why are you staring at me?
She's watching you. Matt's going to take his first bite of cottage cheese here.
Oh, man.
Here you go. Let's just listen. Matt, I need you to
fine.
verbalize how you're feeling as you eat.
So, okay, here's a perfect example of how I'm feeling. When I was younger, I never eaten shrimp before.
Right.
So we were at a New Year's Eve party at one point, and they had shrimp, and I was like, I've always wanted to try shrimp, but I didn't know how it tasted. I was too scared to try it. So my dad was like, just take one. I like shrimp, so you take one. If you don't like it, you don't have to eat any of it. By the way, my stomach is getting very queasy right now just thinking about eating this. So I sat there for probably a solid hour with a shrimp in my hand, dipped in some cocktail sauce, and sat there for an hour before I finally got the courage to eat it. And that's about how I'm feeling right now.
Well,
it just
go on.
Who
on. Ready?
Eats this for pleasure?
I do. I'm going to count you down. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, and the first spoonful is in, and his face is not happy. I know you guys aren't going to be able to see his face because I started talking, but I wanted to save it just in case he does not accept it.
Why? Ugh. Why does it taste like this? Why?
It's curdled milk, dude.
Right. But I was also kind of picturing it to be softer than it is. But it's like actual like lumps. I'm eating lumps. This is disgusting. I have to eat a pound of this. A pound. This is a pound. I don't even.
Does it only say 16 ounces or 16 fluid ounces?
Buddy, 1 pound right there. It actually says a pound on the thing. You got a too big of a container, ma'am. I could have done with a half a pound. This is a pound of cheese. I'm going to be blocked up for a month. I'm never going to poop again. We were just talking about the burritos, and I mean, what's better, peeing out of your butt or literally not being able to poop for a month?
Good news. It could be like when you multiply a positive number and a negative, or two negative numbers together, and they turn positive. The burritos that were going to make you poop a lot could get counteracted by the cheese that's not going to let you poop at all, and you just have the normal amount of poop.
I don't want you staring at me while I'm eating my arch nemesis. How can you take cheese, the most perfect thing in the world, and create the worst thing on the planet?
Technically, it was also always commonly known as curds and whey. So the story of Little Miss Muffet, who sat on her tuffet, was eating curds and whey.
That's disgusting. I've lost all respect for Little Miss Muffet. That spider did a service.
Okay, so now we're going to start the Clever Boy quiz so that you can enjoy your cottage cheese as you quiz.
I actually do hate you.
Look how sad his face is. Matt, say something so they can see how sad your face is right now.
Listen. This Connor took like in all fairness, I deserve this. I screwed with Connor for a long time about liking cottage cheese. So if anyone like really deserves this, I guess it's me. But like nobody, nobody deserves to go through hell. You know,
Sinners
I
do.
just, yeah. Well, it's a good thing I'm not a sinner.
But you are a 5-time Clever Boy winner. So let's focus on the positives here and let's get to this Clever Boy quiz. How about that, buddy?
All right. Well, probably fair warning. I'm trying not to vomit right now. So, I'm going to probably not I'm probably not going to pass cuz I'm very heavily focused on this.
We got a very easy quiz for you this week.
Cool. Who puts pickles in deviled eggs? Psychopaths.
Give me 1 second.
Welcome back to our weekly segment of Connor is doing something else, so I get to talk to you guys for a little bit. He's not leaving his keyboard, so he's back. Dang.
Dog was getting into something. My bad. Okay.
That's okay.
So, the name of this week's quiz is Baby Girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you. Let me buy you a drink.
Okay.
This is a game about drinks, specifically alcoholic beverages.
Right.
I'm going to give you the name of a specialty kind of drink or cocktail, and you're going to have to try to tell me if it is a real drink name or if it's one that I have made up. Do you understand your quiz this week?
Yeah.
Alrighty, and if it is a real drink, I will then let you know what is in the drink so that you get the full experience here.
All right.
Are you ready?
Sure. Hit me with it.
All right, drink number 1, Jesus juice.
Listen. Come real close. Come really close.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah. What's up? I'm listening, buddy.
Jesus never sinned, which means according to modern Christianity, he never drank alcohol. So if anything, this is sacrilegious.
Well, actually, the official words in the Bible say that you should not become drunken and give in to anything other than the Lord. And so like you could drink, but you shouldn't become drunk. It was actually very common for like monasteries and things like that in the olden days to also be breweries, because the only way to make sure that you didn't have a contaminated water source was actually to turn that water into beer.
Nice.
So do you think Jesus juice is a real drink, or did I come up with it?
I'm gonna say you came up with it.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Sorry, Matt, that is incorrect. Jesus
Cool.
juice is a mixture of wine and Coke.
That sounds disgusting.
It is.
Okay.
And no one should ever drink that. I don't know why you're doing it. And you're wrong.
Speaking of alcohol, I'm probably gonna drink like this will be the drink, and the alcohol that's over there will be the chaser. So I will just.
You're just gonna start doing shots to get through cottage cheese?
Yes, because this is revolting. This is probably one of the worst things that's ever entered my mouth.
Matt, I don't think that drinking is the answer. Because
Um,
the answer is either it's a real drink or not a real drink. So let's continue with the quiz. Drink number 2, the Charlie Manson. If that sounds familiar to you, it is because it is named after the charismatic cult leader, Charles Manson.
correct. Which is why there's, you know, in all technicality, no ideas are original. So, you coming up with any drinks has probably also been come up with by somebody else. So because you have no way to actually prove that this is not a real drink, I think I should just automatically win this week's Scarlet Boy quiz because someone's probably come up with it.
That's fair. But I'm not going to do that. I cannot prove that the names I've come up with aren't the names of drinks, but specifically there are ones that I came up with the name and specifically ones where I found the drink and the recipe online.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna say Charlie Manson is a real drink. Do you think
Final
it'd be better if I? Sorry. Do you think it'd be better if I didn't chew on it, just like put it in my mouth and swallowed?
I don't. I think if you try to swallow it with the chunks, that it's just going to hit the back of your throat and you're going to get your gag reflex.
It's already hit my gag reflex.
I honestly think you should put some pepper on it because that's the way I eat it, and I think it tastes really well.
Yeah, well, you eat cottage cheese like on purpose, so I don't know if I can really trust that it's gonna be decent or any more decent. It might make it worse and harder to finish. I don't know.
Pepper is the only thing that I'm going to offer you to put on there, so the choice is yours.
I can't believe I have to eat a pound of cheese. Normally, like cheddar cheese, mozzarella cheese. Oh yeah, I could eat a pound of that, no problem. I don't even care if I'll be blocked up. But to be blocked up over God's forsaken cheese, I don't think so.
It's not even technically cheese.
It's all right. Let's just move on. I'm sorry I interrupted the quiz.
The Charlie Manson is a real drink. You got it correct.
Cool. Sweet.
It is ginger ale, spiced rum, and rye whiskey.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
All right. Drink number 3, the spicy tuna.
Oh, that sounds really good. It makes me want shrimp real bad. Sushi. I don't know why it said shrimp. I'm a little distracted right now. Let's see. Spicy tuna.
Yeah.
What would even be in that? I've had a spicy drink here or there. I'm gonna go with no. It is not a real drink.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Matt, that is correct. The spicy tuna is something I came up with for the quiz, mainly because I was thinking of spicy tuna rolls.
Yeah, spicy tuna rolls sound really good right now. To be honest, anything sounds good because I'm eating cottage cheese right now. So
we should go get sushi this week.
We absolutely should. Although, when?
I got a place. We'll figure it out. I'm sorry. I just thought about that, and I was like, I could really go for sushi. Actually,
yeah. I don't think the listeners really want to hear us make plans. So yeah, you're probably better that we just make plans later.
For sure. All right, number 4. Drink number 4. A fiery German.
That sounds like it could totally be real. First of all, for all of these drinks, for all the ones you came up with, kudos to you. Just ahead of time because I know they're going to be brilliant. Or just so off the wall that I don't know. They're going to be great. Ugh. I'm sorry.
The taste is still on your tongue, isn't it?
It's all over the place, honestly. I'm gonna go with the fiery German is a drink.
Final answer?
Oh, yeah.
That is correct. A fiery
Yeah.
German is a mix of Jägermeister and cinnamon schnapps.
Oh,
It doesn't sound too bad, actually. I mean,
it really doesn't.
Jägermeister itself, I've never thought it sounded appetizing just because of the name, but
Right.
maybe cinnamon makes it better.
Maybe.
Alrighty, number 5. The Oreo nugget.
Listen, I think you just put this in here as a callback to my failure of an Oreo episode. So I'm gonna say it is not a real drink.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Just for the viewers at home, ever since, like, if we mention something on the episode, either within a quiz or just in passing, and then we find something on the internet, both Matt and I will send it to each other and be like, hey, look, this is that thing. And so, like, a few weeks ago, Oreo announced the most Oreo cookie, and it was like one of their mega stuffed Oreos with the cookies and cream. And I think we both tagged each other in it.
I think so probably.
So he's right in the fact that I probably would have just added this drink in here if I found it online. But he's also correct that I just made it up. The Oreo nugget is not a real drink. I don't know what it would contain if it was a real drink.
I don't know either. Probably like gold flakes, I would assume.
Maybe some Bailey's cream.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I could see that. Actually, dude. I know you don't drink. But we should make these drinks.
Do you want to make these drinks?
I do. I really do.
We could release the Garlic Boys recipes on our Patreon.
That's actually not a bad idea. Like, we could come up with some of the best potato recipes. We could come up with some of the best drink recipes.
Yeah. Dude.
This is actually not a bad idea.
Dude.
All right. Sorry. Let's move on.
Yeah. So we're halfway through. Number 6. Christmas on an airplane.
Christmas on an airplane. Oh boy. That sounds so fake, but like also so real. You know, like some names for drinks are just like terrible. They're just terrible.
Yeah, we're getting into that part of the quiz.
Nice.
So
I'm gonna say is a real drink.
Final answer? Oh, you're drinking. I'm just gonna accept it as your final answer. Matt, that is incorrect.
Oh man.
The Christmas on an airplane is something I came up with.
Nice.
But I have an idea for it already.
Oh yeah? Yeah.
So the Christmas part, you got eggnog. The airplane part, specifically the alcohol bottles you can buy on an airplane, like the little mini ones, like that's the only alcohol you could use in it. So you have to pour like 4 in there to get like a real drink together, you know?
Do you think, excuse me. Oh, this is the worst. Do you think that Fireball, like a cinnamon whiskey, would be good in eggnog? I feel like it would be. Like, it's already like got cinnamon and flavors in it.
I think an eggnog is usually like cinnamon and nutmeg, right? So putting a cinnamon whiskey in it probably wouldn't be too bad.
Probably wouldn't be too bad because
I don't know. Like you said, I don't drink. And in all honesty to the listeners, I have drank before, but it's been so long since I drank, I forget how alcohol tastes.
Oh, yeah.
So the idea of saying, yeah, well, no, Fireball's kind of ingrained in my head, unfortunately.
But I just think like the So one thing with drink recipes is like with the testing of it.
Right.
So like you find something that sounds like it would be good, and this sounds like it would be good. But then you might pair it together and it tastes like absolute garbage. So kind of like cottage cheese.
I disagree on that last part, but yeah, solid point. Number 7, drink number 7, a duck fart.
Oh my gosh. Why? If this is actually real, I'm going to be disappointed even more than I already am in humanity. But it almost sounds too horrible to not be real.
I don't know. I really like ducks.
You got cottage cheese in my brain, dude. I really don't think this is gonna happen. Boy, oh boy. I'm gonna say, honestly, it just sounds too ridiculous. I'm gonna say it is not a real drink.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Matt, I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Who would drink that? Who would drink that?
Alaskans.
Alaskans. Listen, duck fart.
Yes,
Who-
duck fart.
Who wants to drink anything that is a bodily excretion,
Well,
a bodily release?
people do like Bloody Marys.
What do you mean?
Blood is a bodily excretion.
Right, but okay, but there's also blood oranges, and there's also like, but it's not a fart, dude.
There's no actual farts within it, Matt. It's Kahlua, Bailey's,
No.
and whiskey.
There's no farts within it. You mean they don't put it under like a glass dome?
No, they're not
and
like
then fill
smoking
the
it. Like
chamber
you don't
with
stick the hose up
farts?
your butt and like fart into it or whatever.
Wow, I really thought that there was going to be some fart aromatics in there.
No.
I need to start eating this before it. Listen,
Yeah,
the episode's going to be over. I'm not even halfway done with.
Yeah,
this
I want to do a
stupid
check-in.
tub of
How
cheese.
are we feeling?
I want to vomit.
Awesome. Number 8, set the new year on fire.
Oh my gosh, I've been wrong twice
You've been wrong 3 times.
in a row.
No, just 3 times.
Right. I'm saying I've been wrong twice in a row.
Right.
And just by like normal test taking skills, which I know you are not a normal test giver. I'm just gonna go with I said the last one, duck fart, which sounds absolutely ridiculous. Wasn't one, but it was.
Right.
And what was this one called?
Set the new year on fire.
Goodness. I'm just gonna say it is a real drink.
Final answer?
Yeah. Yep.
Matt, that is correct.
Cool. All right.
It is malt scotch, Campari, simple syrup, lime juice, mint leaves, and a flaming lime shell.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
The lime shell is what I'm more curious about.
So from what I could tell from the picture, they kind of like cut a lime in half and hollowed it out and then set it on fire.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Alrighty. Number 9. A swimming pool. A swimming pool. I'm going to talk for a little bit because as I was saying that, I looked up and Matt was taking a huge bite of cottage cheese. So I'm going to let him get this bite down, or spoonful, I should say.
All
right. How are we feeling about the swimming pool?
I feel bad for anybody who has like a intense reflex to vomiting noises, but your boy is not doing great over here. I'm going to say swimming pool is a real drink because I feel like I've had several like blue drinks in like really big cups that are similar to that, like the Drunk Ducky or whatever it is, Drunk Duck. It's not really named after a swimming pool, but I feel like it's plausible, so I'm gonna go with it is.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Matt, that is correct. A swimming pool is a mixture of white rum, vodka, blue curacao, cream of coconut, sweet cream, pineapple juice, pineapple wedges, and 2 maraschino cherries.
Cool.
It feels like a very festive drink.
Yeah, it feels like something I'd probably get. Honestly,
yeah,
I'd
honestly,
get
yeah.
that.
It's like you go to Applebee's and it's like one of the big cups.
Oh yeah, like oh man, that actually sounds really good. Sorry, I'm thinking about literally anything other than cottage cheese to get me through eating the cottage cheese. It's not even. I will say this: it doesn't taste bad.
It's just the texture.
It is the texture. I'm a very big texture person
We
when it
both
comes
are.
to food. Yeah, this is the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth. I'm not kidding. I've had some pretty
You've
rough
eaten some
things.
pretty gross things.
Yeah, actually, I have over the years, mostly on dares because I'm not one to back down on a dare.
Neither one of us are.
Yeah, but yep, not
Oh,
feeling great on my tonsils.
alrighty. Number 10. The doctor's orders.
That actually okay. I'm gonna point this out again. That's a brilliant name for a drink. If you came up with this, bud, I'm actually really proud of you. I'm gonna say, as hopefully as I can, this is not a real drink. I'm really hoping you came up with it.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Matt, that is correct. I did come up with this.
Yeah, dude, that is so good.
I was trying to figure out some way that I could like mix Dr. Pepper into it without like being obvious. And so like honestly, if we're gonna do like that recipe guide, Dr. Pepper's in the doctor's orders.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
It's like I'm just drinking this because I'm following the doctor's order. It's like that's how I was like in my head, like, oh, maybe Matt will think about it like that, and that's like how the drink came about. But
yeah,
no, you saw through me.
It's like almost as it is almost as sleazy as like a bar named The Office, so like you can not lie when you're saying you're at the office, but it's not as sleazy as that. It's like a good medium, you know.
I saw on Bar Rescue they did a rescue where they named the bar like the library or like some sort of bookstore-ish name.
Yeah,
and then all the drinks were named after classic books. And
right.
so like it was in a college, like it was in a college town.
Whiskey. Yeah.
Like this is the Odyssey, and so like if you went there, it would just look like you were buying books.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I don't necessarily agree with, but I'm not going to tell John Taffer how to run a bar because
it's good marketing.
He's an expert. Oh, for sure. Like it's a good idea.
Sleazy, but good.
Well, Matt, congratulations. You have won today's quiz. That makes you what are we calling it? What am I calling it? Hold on.
Number 6, baby.
6 times 6 is clever.
What is
that's what I that's look, I'm running out of good names. I never thought we'd get this far.
I didn't either.
To be honest with you. But
I was just stoked to get to 5.
I did have a tiebreaker. I'm going to call this one an honorable mention, though. I'm going to let you know I did not come up with this name, but I want to tell you what it is because I think it's hysterical. Okay. It's called Moose Milk.
Moose Milk? Okay.
It can be either made with whiskey or rum.
Okay.
And you add maple syrup, heavy whipped cream, and eggs to it.
And eggs?
Yeah.
Is it a shaken drink?
I think so. You can technically make it with eggnog as well, from what I was reading. But that's called a moose milk.
Interesting. I've I've actually seen where they like take egg whites or something and they, put it in the shaker tin and shake it and stuff in the
I
drink.
believe those ones are called White Russians. I think they have like the egg whites in it. I could be wrong. Again, I don't drink.
Yeah, right. I don't know anything about. If it tastes good in my mouth, then I'm good. That's what I drink.
Speaking of tasting good, why don't we take another bite of that cottage cheese as we move on?
I hate you so much.
I know.
Like
Just
I
go
made.
ahead.
To be fair, I
Oh, no,
did.
you didn't. No, you didn't. You said it. You said my last words on this planet.
No. I made it through the quiz. The whole quiz. I didn't say it once.
Yeah, because you screamed at me before the quiz even started.
Maybe I just
There was no point in the quiz for you to get angry because you were already at a 10.
I was also doing really good this quiz. So pure guesswork though. Pure guesswork.
Oh yeah. I know, like, I didn't make the quiz easier for you at all.
Right.
I genuinely tried hard. You actually just did very well on this quiz, and I'm kind of annoyed.
Sorry, I guess.
But we're gonna do better next time in trying to trip you up, and we're gonna get a W for my side of this. All right, Matt. With that being said, why don't you introduce your topic for this week?
Oh, I don't even know if I want to say it. So like all I can safely say all, unless okay. I can't safely say all because some people don't have. Let's restart here.
Okay.
Like many good humans on this planet and bad humans, many humans on this planet, I suffer from an occasional fungal infection in between my toes. And this is a great time to be eating cottage cheese, by the way. I had this planned way before this episode.
Was this your second topic that you were going to talk about last week?
No, actually, I don't remember what that was.
Okay.
But I was looking for a funny. Sorry, I was looking for a topic that I thought could be funny. Because I've been bringing in some lackluster in the comedy area.
Don't you mean a topic that could be fungi?
Take 1d4 damage right now. No, I would take the damage actually.
That's 2 points of psychic damage.
Okay, so I was looking for home remedies because I couldn't go to the store and get myself any of the over-the-counter stuff.
Right.
So I was scrolling through a little article, and it was like, hydrogen peroxide, isopropyl alcohol. It was saying, it was talking about over-the-counter stuff, which again I couldn't get. And then I was scrolling down, and just take a guess. Take a wild guess as to what was on this list that was a home remedy for athlete's foot.
Coke and lemon juice.
I didn't see it, but I didn't scroll much past garlic because apparently garlic is on the list.
Really?
Yeah. I guess you just put some minced garlic in between your toes and rub it around.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So did it specifically say minced, or can I like crack a clove in half and like rub it between my toes?
It just said garlic. So it's
okay.
You know what? I didn't read too much into it. I was just kind of shocked by the garlic. Then I got up to go get some hydrogen peroxide to put in between my toes. So
I honestly thought you were gonna be like, I got up and got some garlic.
It worked wonders. I'm never getting athlete's foot again. I feel like a sheath around my foot.
Because garlic protects you. Garlic is good. Garlic is great. Garlic is why we're here today.
I would like to put a disclaimer out there. Please, 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 for the love of all that is good and holy on this sweet green and blue earth, do not use this garlic after putting it in between your toes. Do not try and save it. It's gone. It is gone. You can't eat it.
Should not do it. But what you should do is definitely send us pictures of you using garlic to get rid of your athlete's foot.
Yes, absolutely do that.
Direct message them directly to Matt so that he can wake up in the morning and see that in his inbox and know it's his fault that he's seeing that.
Coming from the guy with a complete and total foot fetish.
Don't put that out there. Don't lie. There's no way I can defend myself without making it sound like I do have one, Matt. That's such a wild thing for you to just
you
say.
You made me eat cottage cheese. I'm getting my revenge.
Oh, I'm sorry. You had a real punishment come your way that you took with strides and like in pleasure. And now you're just gonna label me as a foot fetishist, which I'm not. I would like to clarify I am not. But now it just says like, oh, doth thou protest too much? But like, I'm not, and I don't need people thinking I am.
For the record, Connor is not. He doesn't have a foot fetish. He really actually doesn't like feet at all.
No, they're gross.
Yeah, he is not a big fan. Nor am I. I actually really feet are disgusting.
I'm not like at the point where like, ew, don't touch me. But like, feet just look gross. Like I don't.
For me, like the only person's feet that I'm willing to touch is
mine.
Going to be my future wife. We're going to be married. She's going to come home from a long day of work and I'm going to rub her feet. That's it. That is it.
I think one of the reasons I know I don't think feet are like there's the reasons I know they're gross. I have two big ones. One, I have dry and flaky like patches on my feet.
Right.
Similar, if you know me in person, my nose is very red all the time, and it gets my skin on my nose gets very flaky. That happens on other parts of my body as well. I believe it's psoriasis, but as I don't believe in going to the doctor because they're a scam, I don't actually have a diagnosis of that.
That's fair.
But it happens on several different parts of my body, and one of those are my feet. So they always look like rashy and gross, and so I don't like that. The second thing is when we were younger, my brother would not wear shoes outside. And we used to go camping up in actually in Grove City. Where Matt I don't want to say that. Never mind.
Where Matt used to live. I don't
where Matt used to live, yeah. Sorry, I couldn't remember where you.
No, yeah, that's fair.
I thought you said you lived there at one point, and I couldn't remember, and I didn't want to be wrong on camera.
Didn't want to dox me, you know?
Yeah. But come on, remember what you were saying. Oh, yeah. We used to go to a campground up there, and the campsites they were all gravel.
Yeah. Maybe.
And so he would just walk around barefoot on them, and because of that, the skin on his feet would flake and peel, and they looked like if you've ever seen like the desert where it's like all like dried mud that's like flaking and everything. Yeah, that's what his feet looked like. And so feet have just always grossed me out.
Oh, I have plenty of stories here too. My sister at one point. Okay. I will preface this with I have a really bad memory, and especially when it comes to like my younger years, a lot of memory mixes. Some things, weren't there that I, perceived as there. I don't know.
Right.
At one point, I'm almost positive my sister's feet were orange, and I don't know why. Almost as if she had like put her feet in a bag of Cheetos. Okay. I'll never say which sister, because that would be rude. Second, my other sister's feet smelled so bad. Like some of the worst. Sorry, you're listening to this right now, and I do feel horrible saying this, but like it.
In fairness to your sister, Matt, I will also admit I had a problem with changing socks.
Oh yeah.
Like in middle school and early high school, I didn't think I needed to, and I didn't realize that I smelled bad and my body smelled bad because hormones were changing and everything.
Right.
And so it got to the point where my one friend's house, who I went over to constantly, her parents did not let me take my shoes off anymore because my feet and my shoes and my socks smelled so bad that like they wanted to gag like you feel right now about the cottage cheese.
Yeah.
And
Halfway
so
through the tub, by the way, little.
whichever one of your sisters out there has smelly feet, you're not alone. And because of that, I'm so much better about taking care of my feet now. Like I wear clean socks every day. Like I make sure my shoes are clean and they smell nice. So like it's a growing point, you know. Don't feel bad about your past. Grow from
it. But I will say, like more often than not, I sweat a lot. I sweat a lot all over my body, and feet are no exception. So like they always, at least to me, I'm very self-conscious about certain things, and smells are one of them. And if I think I smell bad, or even just remotely believe, I will literally stay like 6 feet away from everybody because I don't want them to also smell my perceived smell.
Right.
And I'm a pretty clean person. You shower often, and
Usually
but
twice
like
a day.
but like I do sweat a lot, so that that hinders a lot of things.
Right.
Especially having not smelly feet, because they, no matter what shoes I'm wearing, no matter how much air is getting in there, doesn't matter if I change socks 7 times a day, doesn't matter if I wash my feet 30 times a day, they will still stink because, you know, I sweat. So I don't let anybody near my feet. I usually wear my shoes, which honestly exacerbates it. Because I wear my shoes all the time because I'm scared my feet are gonna stink. So yeah, no. To the point though, feet are disgusting. Keep those little piggies in your shoes, please.
I did just have a memory unlocked that I think might help you, because you said you remember your sister's feet being orange at one point.
Right.
Could you also be remembering the episode of Drake and Josh where Drake had something wrong with his feet?
No.
And so Megan told him to soak it in lizard pee.
They were with his hands and his feet too.
Right.
I remember that. Okay.
Did they turn orange, or did they turn to like a yellow, like a neon
they were
yellow?
Okay. They were yellow, yeah. And she said that he had to soak his feet and hands in lizard pee. And he did that, and then she eventually told him that it was like a spray paint. She was getting it back for something.
I remembered that and thought maybe that's because your memories do mush together at a certain point.
They do, actually. My memory is garbage.
That's fair.
But I will say, little life update here. I have to still call. Listen, okay. I was talking to my parents about this the other night. Why do they make what people with ADHD? What do they have to do to get medication?
They have to go to the doctor.
They can't just walk in. You have to make an appointment. What is the bane of ADHD existence? Making appointments and
setting any sort of schedule that you have to follow to a T.
Exactly. So even if I get off my butt and make this appointment, I'm still gonna probably miss the appointment. I have been getting better. I have a calendar that I actually put the widget on the front screen of my phone so that I like see everything on a day-to-day basis of like what I'm doing that day. And I open my phone all the time and I'm able to see this stuff. So sorry. My stomach's not
cottage
feeling
cheese
great.
is fighting back.
It is. It really is. Yeah. Okay. Continuing on. Yeah. So the bane of my existence is actually setting this thing, but I did find somebody, and I just have to call them and make an appointment. So hopefully I can do that tomorrow. Fingers crossed, and get on ADHD medication to help me fix my brain.
That'll be fun.
I was thinking they should have like door-to-door salesmen, like saying, just write your name and number down and we'll call you. Like that would be so much better. Like if they went door to door, say, hey, anyone in your family have ADHD or suspected ADHD, just write your name and number down and we will. I know door to door salesmen are really sketchy, but
also Why
feel
would
like
they
it's
do
easier.
that? That would make it easier, and
Yeah,
making things easier is not
it's
what the healthcare system likes to do.
I know, but uh full disclosure, there's no way I'm gonna be able to eat this whole thing. Like I'll try because I did lose, and it's
Full disclosure, you have to eat that whole thing. So keep it up.
on the episode
Yeah.
because I'm
This
halfway
episode
through.
this episode does not end until you're finished.
I feel so bad for the listeners. Like you're just gonna be like, you'd be like, 10 more bites, 10 more, 9 more bites, 9 more bites.
Oh, the listeners are gonna know what they're getting into because I'm calling this episode Matt's punishment episode. No quirky little 1 word or 2 word previews into what's in the episode. Fully, this is known as Matt's punishment episode.
No, it should be like the cottage catastrophe or something like that.
Matt
No.
gets cottaged.
Matt gets pied in the face, but with cottage cheese by the spoonful.
Getting pied in the face is actually to be honest, I didn't have a topic. But that's something fun we can actually talk about because I've been pied in the face a few times.
Same here, bud.
Mainly for youth group, like if there was a milestone. We used to do take a bite. Go ahead.
I'm trying. All right. It takes.
I'm going to be
courage.
talking for a little while, so you can take a bite. We
All
used
right.
to do a specific offering that we did for missionaries, and so anytime we did those, we tried to do like fun milestone giving points as an encouragement to give more because it helped, I guess. And my youth pastor, for the first time I got pie in the face, just kind of said, hey, announced what they were. And one of the milestones was myself and 2 other people getting pied in the face. And I went, hey, you never asked me if I was okay with that. And he goes,
where's the consent?
he's like, no, I know you don't have a problem with it. And it's like, I mean, I don't, but like you could have asked. And so like basically we talked about it and like I was fine doing it. And so we reached that goal and I got hit in the face that time. And then we did it a second time. I've been in a pie eating contest a few times. Once in 8th grade where I got second place, and then in high school I did one and I won that pie contest.
Nice.
It was fun because it was like one you could just enter sort of randomly during lunch, and everyone else was like, oh, we got this is fine. And then I sat down and literally all of them were like, well, he's gonna win because the fat kid's here and he knows how to eat quickly and a lot.
That's rough, but also a good intimidation factor.
Oh, for sure. I've also pied a few people. Like I don't know if your school did this like in high school or whatever. Like you could pie a teacher. Some schools did like throwing wet sponges at them or whatever. But even at college, our one of our professors was also one of our friends' dads. And so I knew him because he would come to improv practice because his son was on the team. And like we would just talk and hang out. His name was Paul. I think Paul has since retired. But one day the math department, I think was what it was, or just like the science department, that building was holding a fundraiser and you could pie a professor for $1. And I found $1 and I was like, Paul, you know, I like you and I care about you, but you're getting pied in the face. And he goes, oh, I don't think you could do it. Paul. Let's talk about Paul for a sec. He was the most Italian looking man. Like if you looked at a pizza box and that guy in the pizza box, that's what Paul looked like.
Yeah.
But he was Polish. They were fully Polish. Like this, he was so great. He's from Philadelphia, I believe. But he was like, oh, you're not going to be able to get me with that pie. I got him. I hit him
did you have to throw it?
I think I chose to throw it. I don't remember. I just know I hit him in the face with a pie.
Gotcha. Because I yeah, okay. That's cool.
I don't know. I've thrown a pie at someone before. You ever throw a pie at someone?
I have not. It feels too cartoony. Most of the time, It's just like you grab the pie and you shove it in their face. Make sure it gets up their nose too, so they smell milk for weeks.
Yes, that's happened.
That's like
As someone who's been pied in the face, that does happen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It smells rotten after a little while too. It's rough.
How many times have you been pied in the face?
Twice. Yeah, let's say twice. I don't remember.
Such a weird thing that, like, if you ask maybe some middle school and high school boys, have you ever been pied in the face? I'd say probably about 73% of them would say yes. Or like, I don't know why. Like, that just feels like if I gave you that statistic, you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
See, yeah, oh, absolutely. If you gave me that on a Garlic Boy quiz in a heartbeat, I would say that. But writing down ideas. Gross. Statistics quiz are terrible. Speaking of, have you ever played Guespionage? Okay, I'm getting off track here. So yeah, we had a church program called Awana that was just like kids read Bible verses and all that jazz, and then there were books and grade levels, all that jazz. So I helped out in Awana and got pied a couple times. It does. First of all, I wish it was more than whipped cream because I don't like whipped cream at all. Like I would kill. I know it's expensive, but I would kill for like just a cherry pie or an apple pie smashed into my face.
Why would you pick a warm pie to get hit with?
Oh, it can be cold. It doesn't have to be warm.
Have you had a cold cherry pie before? It gets so like it's thick.
Oh yeah, but it's better than whipped cream, which I despise almost as much as I despise cottage cheese.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, a full crust pie is gonna hurt when you get hit in the face with it. Like, you could pick like a cream-based pie.
Yeah, but again, I don't like cream, so
okay, then don't put whipped cream on it.
You just said a cream-based pie. It's either
pudding, that's like a lemon meringue or something like that. Like
meringue is basically whipped cream. What are you talking about? It is essentially whipped cream.
It is not. Meringue is whipped up egg whites. Whipped cream is whipped up cream.
I understand that, but it's a similar texture and it tastes similar. And on the other point, if I did like a banana cream pie, that's gross. That's gross. Nobody wants vanilla or banana pudding in their face. However you choose to make it. No.
You're wrong.
No, you want to get smashed in the face with pudding?
With the banana cream pie? Yes, they're delicious.
That sounds so gross.
A little bit of Nutella wafers crumbled on top. Delicious.
That doesn't sound pleasant at all. I would much rather a Dutch apple pie getting freaking cinnamon crumbles in my eyes because that would make me happy. That would make me a lot happier than any other pies out there.
Go ahead and take a bite of that cottage cheese for me, Matt. I can't listen to you talk about getting hit in the face with the wrong kind of pie anymore.
I'm talking, Connor. I'm literally just talking out of my butt right now.
You're doing everything you can to not eat that cottage cheese, and I don't respect that.
No. It's not to not eat the cottage cheese. It's to not vomit because I'm just trying to distract myself in any way possible.
Well, here's a good way to not vomit. If you put more food down, it won't come back up. So take a bite of that cottage cheese for me.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works even remotely at all.
There you go. Good boy. Let me see your container. I just want to see how much you have left. Maybe we'll see. I don't think you're gonna get through the rest of it, and I think we're coming up.
There's no way. There's absolutely no way.
How about you give me 3 more big bites, and then we can call it. I feel like a parent trying to negotiate with a toddler to finish their food right now.
Eat your veggies.
It's just sauerkraut. You're gonna like it. No, Cindy, I've never liked it.
All right. Well, then I vote you. You eat a bunch of sauerkraut. You know what I was thinking about the other day? Since you didn't have a topic, so I can just keep coming up with topics.
Yeah, let's
I
just
was
keep
thinking.
talking.
I was thinking about the McElroy brothers because when don't I think about the McElroy brothers? I was thinking about them and how Travis at one point went through a spell of doing sad libs.
Yes.
Um, and both of the other brothers despise that bit with a passion. They hated it so much. And I feel like that's where I'm starting to get with these garlic boy quizzes. Where like every time you bring up the clever, I'm like, shut up.
I don't think it's as bad
No,
as
it's not.
Sad Libs. I think your better example would be just how Griffin feels about Work of Fart. Because Griffin hates Work of Fart way more than he hates Sad Libs. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. This is
I know you're not listening to the newer episodes.
no, I have been actually.
Oh, have you heard the Abnables bit yet? Then
No, I have
uh,
not.
Travis has a new game called Abdomals, which is the boys have to try and figure out what animal the 90s cartoon is based off of, and it's supposed to like be the rip-offs of like the Ninja Turtles and things like that.
Right.
So like I don't even remember what they were. Like the first one was cows, and he gave them a few different names of characters, and they had to try and figure out which one was the real character name. Um, I think the second one that they just did was like road toads. I think that sounds right. I don't know. There's three like mutated toads, and they all have like skin conditions for names. Like one of them's rash, one of them's warts, I think, like things like that. And like when it was first announced, Griffin was I like just so annoyed, but
Yeah.
like he ended up really liking the bit, and I feel like that's truly how you actually feel.
All right. I mean, you can believe that. But now that I've suffered my first punishment, um, I'm gonna be saying I hate you a lot more.
Well, you could think about it that way, or you could think about it this way, where if this was how bad your punishment is, think about how nice your reward is going to be. Because you got four more wins to go, and then you get a nice reward. He just took a big bite. That's why he's
I
not responding to that.
I thought you said you didn't have a reward.
Oh no, I have a reward. I figured out what your reward's gonna be.
Cool.
It's a fun one. At least I think it's gonna feel like a reward. Um, you know, uh, my logic might be a little backwards on there, but in the end, I think you're gonna enjoy what it is.
This is gonna be another container of cottage cheese.
Yes, it is. But a bigger one.
Oh, nope.
Alrighty.
I'm a partner on this podcast, and I will veto that so quick. All right, this is my last bite.
All right, you start that last bite. I'm going to start the outro. How about that?
That's a great idea.
Can you actually just do a little bit more on that bite for me, please? There we go. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast. We have Twitter, Instagram, and a TikTok that you can follow at the Garlic Boys. We also have a YouTube channel, The Garlic Boys, where we post versions of the podcast. You can check those out. They're about 4 weeks behind usually. So when this episode comes out, that next week, you'll be seeing number 14. And you can always go back and watch any number of our videos as they're up there. And if you are enjoying this podcast a lot and you want to help support us, you can go online to our Patreon. Our lowest tier starts at $3 a month, and even that is enough to help support us. If you want to go at a higher tier, though, you can find our discussion episode on the Sources Apprentice, and other bonus content can be available coming forward. We are discussing how we are going to come up with a week or a monthly show on our Patreon for everyone to enjoy. And the format we have, I think people are really going to like. Matt, any final thoughts for us?
I'm very close to vomiting right now. I'm trying to eat some deviled eggs to get the taste out of my mouth.
Oh, yes, that's the perfect thing just to calm your stomach.
Yep, deviled eggs are some of my favorite food ever. So, sorry for this probably really disgusting episode. But thank you for listening. Love you.
Yeah,
Not
thanks.
you. Them.
Thanks everyone for listening. And as always, remember to stay garlicky.
I really love deviled eggs.
I don't think you're wrong.